The grease stain on my uniform shirt has reached critical mass. I can feel it spreading, a dark bloom of shame just below my name tag that reads Sienna in faded red stitching. 12 deliveries tonight, $47 in tips. I need 200 by Monday or the care facility calls again, and I can't handle another conversation about payment arrangements while my mother stares at me like I'm a stranger she vaguely recognizes from a dream. Last one, Sienna. Marco slides the pizza box across the counter, his weathered hands leaving flour fingerprints on the cardboard. The kitchen of Marco's Pizza smells like it always does at midnight, yeast and oregano and the particular desperation of people who work when the rest of the world sleeps. Penthouse, Obsidian Tower, rich guy, probably tips in hundreds if you're fast. I check the receipt. 1 large margarita, extra basil, no garlic. 150 Riverside Drive, PHA, due at 11:45 p.m. Rich people and their weird pizza preferences, I mutter, tucking the box into my delivery bag. The warmth seeps through the insulated fabric, pressing against my ribs like a promise. Maybe this one tip will be enough. Maybe I can finally breathe. Take the good bike, Marco calls as I head for the door. Chain on yours is about to snap, but I'm already on my ancient 10-speed, pedaling into the Friday night chaos of downtown. The city never sleeps, just changes costumes. During the day, it's all business suits and coffee cups. At night, it transforms into something raw. Music pulses from nightclub doorways. Sirens wail in the distance, a soundtrack so constant I barely hear it anymore. My legs burn as I weave through traffic, the pizza box balanced precariously in my front basket. Obsidian Tower rises against the skyline like a blade, all black glass and sharp angles, the kind of building that screams money so loudly it doesn't need to say anything at all. I've biked past it 1,000 times, never imagining I'd go inside. The lobby alone probably costs more than I'll make in my lifetime. The doorman stops me before I'm 3 steps past the entrance. He's wearing a uniform that fits better than anything in my closet, his expression hovering somewhere between bored and disgusted as he takes in my paint-stained hands, my ratty sneakers, my entire existence. Delivery entrance is around back. I have a Penthouse order. I show him the receipt, hating how defensive I sound. PHA. He studies the paper like it might be counterfeit, then reluctantly steps aside. Elevator requires key card for Penthouse access. I'll give you temporary clearance. Don't touch anything. The elevator's obscene. Mirrored walls, marble floors, soft music that probably costs more per note than I make per hour. I catch my reflection and immediately regret it. My auburn hair has escaped its bun in wild spirals that frame my face like a warning. There's a smudge of cadmium red under my left thumbnail from this afternoon's failed attempt at finishing my portfolio. Dark circles under my green-gold eyes announce to anyone watching that I'm running on 4 hours of sleep and spite. The elevator opens onto a hallway that's more like a gallery. Soft lighting, artwork that's probably original, plush carpet that swallows sound. 2 doors, identical. No clear markings except small brass letters, A and B. I go right. It's wrong. I'll realize this in about 30 seconds, but right now, standing in front of the door marked B, I'm just thinking about that tip, about my mother's medication, about the portfolio I haven't finished and the life I'm trying to hold together with paint and pizza and sheer stubborn will. I knock. The door opens immediately, like he was waiting. I have to look up. I'm 5'6", and I have to look up, which doesn't happen often and feels vaguely threatening when it does. The man filling the doorway is tall, 6'4", maybe more, and wearing a charcoal suit that probably costs more than my yearly tuition. No tie. Collar unbuttoned just enough to suggest he's been working late, or playing dangerous, or both. Dark hair styled with the kind of casual perfection that takes effort to achieve. Sharp cheekbones, strong jaw with precisely maintained stubble. A scar cuts through his left eyebrow, a thin white line that makes his face interesting instead of just beautiful. But it's his eyes that stop my breath. Gray. Not the soft gray of rain or morning fog, the hard gray of storm clouds and steel, silver at the edges with a dark ring around each iris. Eyes that see everything, calculate everything. Eyes that are currently looking at me like I'm a problem he's trying to solve. You're late, doll. His voice matches the rest of him, deep, smooth, with an edge that makes the casual endearment sound like a threat and a promise all at once. Not asking, not questioning, stating fact. I blink, thrown by the greeting. Check the receipt in my hand. 11:47 p.m. Order was due at 11:45. I'm 2 minutes late. Traffic was 23 minutes late. He interrupts, reaching for the pizza box. His fingers brush mine, warm, slightly rough, the contact lasting a fraction too long to be accidental. Inside. Now. My brain screams at me to run. Everything about this is wrong. The way he's looking at me. The command in his voice. The fact that he thinks I'm 23 minutes late instead of 2. But my body doesn't cooperate. Maybe it's exhaustion. Maybe it's curiosity. Maybe it's the way his cologne, cedar and smoke and something expensive I can't name, fills the space between us and makes thinking difficult. I need you to sign the receipt, I manage. His smile is dangerous, all teeth and no warmth. I'll do more than that. Inside. He turns and walks away, clearly expecting me to follow. And God help me, I do. The penthouse behind him is exactly what I'd expect from someone who wears suits that expensive and talks like every word is a decree. Masculine elegance, dark leather, furniture, steel accents, floor-to-ceiling windows showcasing the city sprawled below like diamonds scattered on black velvet. Modern art on the walls. Originals. I'd bet my life on it. A gas fireplace flickering against one wall, casting dancing shadows across marble floors, so polished I can see my reflection looking small and out of place. He's already at the kitchen island, opening the pizza box. His movements are efficient, controlled, the movements of someone who wastes nothing, not time, not energy, not words. He studies the pizza like it's personally offended him. This isn't what I ordered. I move closer, not sure if I should be concerned or annoyed. That's a margarita with extra basil, no garlic. Exactly what's on the... I ordered pepperoni, mushrooms, jalapenos. He looks up, those storm gray eyes pinning me in place. From Giovanni's, not Marco's. My stomach drops. The receipt. I pull it out, read it again, really read it this time. PHA. I'm in PHB. Same floor, wrong door, wrong customer, wrong everything. Oh my God, the words escape before I can stop them. This is PHB. You're not... I delivered to the wrong... He starts laughing. It's unexpected enough that I actually take a step back. The sound is low, genuine, transforming his face from dangerously beautiful to devastatingly so. Creases appear at the corners of his eyes. His shoulders relax. For 3 seconds, he looks almost human. You're not the girl Kane sent. He's still smiling, shaking his head like this is the best joke he's heard all year. You actually just delivered pizza to the wrong penthouse. Kane? Who's... I shake my head, trying to salvage something from this disaster. Look, I'm sorry. The real customer in PHA is still waiting. I need to... Is getting cold pizza anyway. He pulls out his phone, doesn't take his eyes off me while he types something. I'll order you another one to deliver, from the right place this time. That's when I notice his hands. Long fingers, broad palms, but it's the knuckles that catch my attention. Scarred. The kind of scarring that comes from hitting things, or people, repeatedly. You paint. Not a question. I look down at my own hands, at the paint I can never quite wash out from under my nails. How did you... Cadmium red under your thumbnail. Ultramarine on your wrist, oil-based, which means you're serious about it, not just a hobby. He moves closer, studying me with the same intensity he gave the pizza. You're an artist. I'm a pizza delivery girl. But my voice wavers, because he's right. Because somehow this stranger saw past the grease-stained uniform and exhausted eyes and recognized the only true thing about me. You're both. Closer still, I can smell his cologne stronger now, feel the heat radiating from him. The pizza girl is survival. The artist is truth. Which one are you right now, Sienna? My name. He read it off my name tag, but hearing it in that voice, shaped by that mouth, makes it sound like something new, something dangerous. I really need to go. My hand finds the door handle behind me, seeking escape. Do you? Challenge colors the word. Really? Yes. Liar. His phone rings. The spell, if that's what this is, breaks. He answers without looking away from me, listens to whoever's speaking, and I watch his expression change. The amusement drains away. Something cold and lethal takes its place. He hangs up, studies me for a long moment. Then, "Change of plans, doll." "My name is Sienna." "Change of plans, Sienna." His voice has gone flat, emotionless. "You're not leaving, not yet." The door behind me opens. I didn't hear it, didn't hear anything. But suddenly there are 3 men in the room, all wearing dark suits, all carrying guns in shoulder holsters that they don't bother hiding. My heart hammers against my ribs. What is this? Precaution. He hasn't moved, but somehow he's blocking my path to freedom without actually touching me. Just his presence, his certainty, creating a wall I can't cross. I delivered to the wrong apartment. That's not a crime. No, but the timing is suspicious. He nods to one of the men. "Fox, check her out. Full background. I need to know if she's a threat." "You can't." The protest dies when I really look around, really process. The too perfect penthouse, the armed guards, the way he carries authority like some men carry weapons. "Oh my God, you're Mafia." He doesn't confirm or deny, just watches me arrive at the conclusion, his expression unreadable. My phone rings. "Marco," I answer with shaking hands. "Where the hell are you? Customer in PHA is pissed." "I went to the wrong door. I'm in." The phone is suddenly in his hand instead of mine. I didn't even see him move. He speaks in rapid Italian, his voice completely different, commanding, fluid, beautiful in a language I don't understand. He hangs up, hands my phone back. "Your boss says take the night off. I'm compensating him for lost business. You can't just..." One of the guards, Fox I assume, enters with a tablet. "Boss, we found something. Her father, David Cole. He worked for the Castellano family before he died." The floor tilts sideways. My father. Construction foreman, hard worker, good man who died in an accident 3 years ago when scaffolding collapsed and took him with it. My father, who couldn't possibly have anything to do with organized crime or men in expensive suits or any of this. The man studying me with those storm gray eyes doesn't look surprised, just nods, like this confirms something he already suspected. "Now," he says softly, dangerously, "let's discuss why someone would send a beautiful paint-stained pizza girl to my door exactly when I'm supposed to be meeting with my enemies." Fox's tablet tells stories I don't want to believe, photographs of my father with men whose faces I vaguely recognize from news reports about organized crime, dates and locations spanning 15 years, financial records, showing cash payments that my mother always said were overtime but now look like something else entirely, something darker. That's impossible. But my voice lacks conviction, because I'm remembering things. Dad's late nights, the way he tensed when police cars drove past, his insistence that I go to a good college far away from here, no matter the cost. My father was straight-laced. He would never. People hide things. The gray-eyed man, I still don't know his name, leans against the kitchen island, arms crossed, watching me process my entire childhood being rewritten. Especially from the people they love. It's easier to lie than to watch them lose respect. Stop calling it lying. He didn't, but I'm looking at a photo of my father, standing next to a man identified as Vincent Castellano, their arms around each other's shoulders, smiling like old friends. The date stamp says 2018, 2 years before he died. David Cole worked as an enforcer for the Castellano family. Fox's voice is clinical, detached, probably meant to be kind. Collected debts, roughed up competition, standard muscle work, then he tried to get out. The room goes very quiet. People don't get out. This from the man I'm starting to think of as Storm Eyes, even though that's ridiculous and I'm clearly in shock. Not without paying the exit fee. They killed him. It's not a question. The scaffolding collapse. The investigation that closed too quickly. My mother's nervous breakdown 6 months later. The one that eventually became dementia, or maybe was always dementia and trauma, just accelerated it. The Castellanos murdered my father and made it look like an accident. Maybe. He pushes off from the island, moves toward me with that predatory grace. Or maybe he had something they wanted. Information, money, leverage, something worth more than revenge. And you think I have it. My laugh sounds hysterical even to my own ears. I don't know anything. I'm a broke art student who delivers pizza and visits her mother who doesn't recognize her and tries really hard not to think about how everything is falling apart. Your DNA disagrees. He's close now, close enough that I have to tilt my head back to maintain eye contact. The Castellano family was absorbed by Victor Kane 2 years ago. Kane is my biggest rival. We were supposed to meet tonight. Peace negotiations. His representative never showed. And then you appeared, exactly 23 minutes after the meeting was supposed to start. That's a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences, doll. Stop calling me that. But it comes out weaker than intended, because he's right about something being wrong. The timing is too perfect. The wrong door, too convenient. And my father's ghost is suddenly everywhere, whispering secrets I never wanted to hear. Storm Eyes pulls out a crystal decanter from a cabinet, pours amber liquid into 2 glasses, offers me one. I shake my head. I need a clear head. Smart. He takes a slow sip, approval flickering across his features. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to stay here, under my protection, until I figure out who's targeting you and why. I have a life, jobs, school. My mother will have guards outside her facility starting tonight. He says it like it's already done, like my agreement is irrelevant. I'll make sure she's safe. This is insane. This is survival. He sets down his glass, moves even closer. Tell me, Sienna, when was the last time you felt safe? The question ambushes me. Tears prick behind my eyes, and I hate it, hate him for seeing what I work so hard to hide. That's not relevant. When was the last time you slept through the night? His voice drops lower, intimate, dangerous. When you didn't triple-check your locks? When you didn't look over your shoulder walking to your car? Never. The admission escapes before I can stop it. Exactly. His hand comes up, fingers ghosting along my jaw so lightly I might have imagined it. You've been running on adrenaline and fear so long you think it's normal. I can give you safe, Sienna, for however long you need it. Why would you? I'm barely whispering now. You don't know me. I know enough. His thumb traces my cheekbone, the touch sending electricity down my spine. And maybe I'm curious what it's like to protect something beautiful instead of destroying it. The lights flicker. Go out. Emergency lighting kicks in, bathing everything in red. His entire demeanor shifts in an instant. The almost gentle man vanishes. What remains is pure predator. They're here. Who? Kane's men. He pulls a gun from a shoulder holster I hadn't noticed under his jacket. Get behind me, now. Fox and the other guards are already moving, checking tablets, speaking into earpieces. Stairwells, boss. 12 hostiles, maybe more. They cut building power. Storm Eyes positions himself between me and the door, his body a shield I didn't ask for but apparently need. If anything happens to me, call this number. He hands me a card without looking away from the door. Rosa Valentino, my grandmother. She'll protect you. Nothing's happening to you. But I'm clutching the card with white knuckles, watching the door like it might explode, which, based on the muffled sounds of shouting and gunfire getting closer, it might. Whatever happens, he says quietly, don't make a sound. The door crashes open. 4 men in tactical gear flood in, weapons raised. The world becomes noise and chaos and the acrid smell of gunpowder. Storm Eyes fires. Precise, efficient, 2 men down before I can process what I'm seeing. Fox takes out a third. The 4th charges, and then it's hand-to-hand combat, brutal and fast and nothing like movies make it look. It's ugly, efficient, lethal. Storm Eyes breaks the man's neck with clinical precision. The body drops. I should be screaming, should be traumatized. Instead, I'm frozen, watching this stranger defend me with a violence that should horrify me but somehow doesn't, because it's not cruel, it's not sadistic, it's protective. And I haven't been protected by anyone in longer than I can remember. More coming. Fox is at the tablet. We can't hold this position. Roof. Helicopter. Storm Eyes grabs my hand, his palm warm, grip iron strong. Stay close to me. We move through the penthouse, more gunfire erupting behind us, glass shattering, and his hand never loosens around mine. He's pulling me, protecting me, and I'm running on pure adrenaline, my sneakers squeaking on marble floors, my breath coming in gasps. We reach a door. He tries the handle, locked from the outside. They sabotaged it. His jaw clenches. Below us, footsteps pounding upstairs. Above us, the thrum of helicopter rotors getting closer, so close but unreachable. I notice the ventilation duct, large enough for someone small. I can fit through that. No, I'm small enough. I'll open the door from outside. Too dangerous. We're dead if we stay here. I'm already moving toward it. Help me up. He looks at me, really looks, sees the determination, the fear I'm choosing to ignore. Something shifts in his expression. You're insane. I'm practical. I'm at the duct. Boost me up. His hands circle my waist, strong, steady, lifting me like I weigh nothing. Sienna, don't be a hero. Too late. The duct is tight, dark, terrifying. Metal echoes every movement. I can hear the gunfire below, can hear Storm Eyes and Fox holding position, and I crawl faster. My shoulders scrape metal. My knees will be bruised tomorrow if there is a tomorrow. The duct opens onto the roof. I scramble out, find the door release. Simple latch from the outside. I yank it open. Storm Eyes bursts through with Fox right behind him. The helicopter is landing, rotors creating a windstorm that tears at my hair and clothes. Men emerge from the stairwell behind us, cane soldiers, guns raised. Run! Storm Eyes shoves me toward the helicopter, his body between me and the bullets that start flying. We're sprinting, my legs burning, lungs screaming, and then strong hands are pulling me into the helicopter, Storm Eyes climbing in behind me, and we're lifting off, bullets pinging off metal. I'm pressed against the far wall, watching the penthouse get smaller, my entire life fundamentally altered in the space of an hour. Storm Eyes is across from me, blood on his shirt, his or someone else's, I can't tell, watching me with those gray eyes that see too much. You okay? He asks. I should say no, should be crying, breaking down, demanding answers. Instead, that was insane. He almost smiles. Welcome to my world, doll. The adrenaline, the fear, the impossible attraction I've been trying to ignore since he opened that door, it all crashes over me at once. I grab his shirt, pull him to me, kiss him like the world is ending and he's the only solid thing left in it. He responds immediately, one hand cupping the back of my head, the other gripping my waist, kissing me back with a hunger that steals what little breath I have left. Possessive, claiming, perfect. We break apart when someone clears their throat. The pilot, another man in dark clothes, is pointedly not looking at us. Storm Eyes and I are both breathing hard, foreheads pressed together, and I realize I still don't know his name. Don't know anything except that I just kissed a Mafia boss and want to do it again. His phone buzzes. He checks it, and ice floods his expression. What's wrong? He shows me the screen. Security footage, Marco's Pizza, men in tactical gear surrounding it. Then, video message, Marco, beaten and bloody, tied to a chair. A voice off camera, cold and amused. Trade the girl for the old man. You have 24 hours, Valentino. Valentino. Finally, a name. They took Marco, my voice sounds distant, because of me, because of your father. His hand finds mine, squeezes. This isn't your fault, Sienna. Then whose fault is it? He looks at me, gray eyes storm dark and full of promises I'm afraid to believe. Mine, for not ending Victor Kane years ago, but that changes tonight. The helicopter carries us into darkness, and I realize with crystal clarity that I've crossed a line I can never uncross. My safe, small life is gone. There's only this now, danger and violence, and a man named Valentino who looks at me like I'm worth protecting, worth avenging, worth everything. And God help me, I'm starting to believe him. The Valentino estate sprawls across 20 acres like a Mediterranean fever dream. White stone, terracotta tiles, gardens that probably require a full-time staff to maintain. Armed guards patrol the perimeter with the casual efficiency of men who've done this so many times it's muscle memory. Cameras everywhere, high walls, the kind of security that screams either paranoia or necessity, and I'm starting to suspect it's both. The helicopter lands on a private helipad. Nico Valentino, because I finally have a full name for Storm Eyes, helps me down. His hand at the small of my back, proprietary and protective in equal measure. I should hate it. The assumption that I need guidance, protection, handling. Instead, it feels like the first steady thing I've touched in years. A woman waits on the front steps, 70-something steel gray hair and an elegant bun, wearing a designer pantsuit that probably costs more than my car. But it's her eyes that catch me. Sharp, assessing, missing absolutely nothing as they catalog every detail of my appearance, my posture, the way I'm standing just slightly behind Nico like I can use him as a shield. "Niccolo," her voice carries the musical lilt of Italian underneath perfect English. "You brought home a girl, miracolo." "Nonna." Nico's voice softens in a way I haven't heard before. "This is Sienna. She needs protection." The woman, Rosa, I remember from the card, moves down the steps with surprising grace. She studies me like I'm a saint, painting she's considering purchasing. Then she smiles, and it transforms her entire face from formidable to warm. She kisses both my cheeks, European style, her hands surprisingly strong on my shoulders. She's pretty, too good for you. She pats Nico's face like he's 12 instead of 30-something. "I like her. Keep this one." I'm not, I stumble over the words, heat flooding my cheeks. "It's not like that." Rosa laughs, the sound rich and knowing. "Of course not, Kara. You just let strange men kidnap you and bring you to secret estates for fun, yes?" She's in danger. Nico's hand finds my lower back again. "Kane's men attacked. They took her boss hostage." The warmth drains from Rosa's expression, replaced by something calculating and cold. This is the woman who raised a Mafia boss, who probably was one herself in her time. "Then we protect her, properly." She turns to me. "You're hungry, yes? Exhausted? Come. Food first, then rest. The men can plan their war games after you're fed." I want to protest. Marco is in a warehouse somewhere, beaten and terrified because of me. But Rosa's already moving, and something about her makes you follow without question. We enter a house that's somehow both fortress and home. Marble floors and fresh flowers, security monitors hidden behind Renaissance paintings, the smell of something cooking that makes my stomach remind me I haven't eaten since... when? This morning? Yesterday? The kitchen is enormous, professional-grade appliances mixing with copper pots that look generations old. Rosa waves me into a chair at a massive wooden table scarred with decades of use. Within minutes, there's bread, cheese, olives, wine that probably costs more than my rent. I try to pace myself, try to have dignity, but I'm starving and the food is incredible, and Rosa watches with satisfaction as I eat like I'm afraid it might disappear. Good girl, too skinny. Niccolo, your women are always too skinny. She's not my... He stops, looks at me, something unreadable in those gray eyes. She's under my protection. That's different. If you say so, Nipote. But Rosa's smiling like she knows secrets the rest of us haven't figured out yet. Fox enters with a laptop, and the moment shifts from domestic to dangerous. "Boss, I finished the deep dive. David Cole had a storage unit, paid in advance for 20 years. Sienna's listed as emergency contact." The bread I'm eating turns to dust in my mouth. "What storage unit?" "Unit 247 at Secure Space on Industrial Boulevard. Your father rented it 3 years before he died." Fox shows me records, my father's signature, my name typed in careful letters. "He left you the key." "I don't have any key. Never saw one. Unless, wait, after the funeral, he gave me his keys, said they were for his apartment in case I ever needed anything. I never used them. Thought it would be too painful." "You still have them?" Nico leans forward, intensity radiating from every line of his body. "In my locker at work." Then I remember. Which is in a building Kane's men probably have under surveillance. Then we get creative. He's already planning. I can see it in the way his eyes unfocus slightly. "Fox, can you hack the building security?" "Can a fish swim?" Within an hour, we have a plan. Fox remotely loops the security cameras. One of Nico's men, Matteo, called Priest for reasons nobody explains, goes in dressed as a maintenance worker and retrieves my entire locker contents. He returns with my beat-up backpack, and I dig through 2 years of accumulated junk until I find the key ring. 3 keys, apartment, car, and one I don't recognize, small, gold, storage unit key. We go tonight, Nico decides, before Kane realizes we know about it. Rosa touches his arm. "Be smart, Niccolo, not just brave. Always Nonna." The storage facility squats in an industrial wasteland at 4 a.m., all concrete and fluorescent lights in the particular desolation of places nobody visits unless they have secrets to hide. Nico brought an entire convoy, 3 SUVs, 8 men, enough firepower to start a small war. I'm sandwiched between him and Fox in the lead vehicle, wearing borrowed clothes, because mine still smell like pizza grease and fear. Unit 247 is on the second floor, climate-controlled, the kind you pay extra for when you're storing things that matter. The hallway echoes with our footsteps. Nico's men fan out, securing exits, checking sight lines, moving with the choreographed precision of soldiers who've done this dance before. The lock is combination-based. I try my birthday. Nothing. Try my father's. The lock clicks open, the door rolls up with a metal shriek that seems too loud for 4 a.m. Inside is organized. That surprises me. My father was many things, but organized wasn't usually one of them. Filing cabinets line one wall, boxes stacked with military precision, a safe in the corner, professional grade, requiring a key I definitely don't have. Fox starts photographing everything while I open the first filing cabinet. Manila folders, dozens of them, each labeled with dates going back 15 years. I pull one at random. Inside are photographs, financial records, detailed notes in my father's handwriting, collections he made for the Castellanos, businesses he roughed up, people he hurt. My hands shake as I pull another folder, then another, each one a documentation of crimes, a catalog of everything he did in service to men who eventually killed him. But there's something else, too. Notes in the margins, questions, concerns, doubt creeping in year by year. He was documenting them, I whisper, not just for them, against them. Nico's beside me, reading over my shoulder. Insurance policy. If they came for him, this would go public. But he died before he could use it. Or they found out he was keeping records and killed him before he could. I find a photograph that stops my breath. My father, younger, happier, at an art competition. I'm 16, holding a first-place ribbon, grinning at the camera. He kept this here, in his secret place. Proof that even in the darkness, I mattered. The tears come before I can stop them. Nico's arms come around me from behind, solid and warm, his chin resting on top of my head. He doesn't say anything, just holds me while I cry for a father who was both better and worse than I knew. Fox's phone buzzes. He listens, his expression tightening. Boss? Marco called one of his employees, gave them a message. Kane wants to meet. Tomorrow night, Sapphire Lounge. He'll trade Marco for the storage unit contents. He doesn't know how much we have, Nico says slowly, wheels turning. Thinks it's just basic insurance, enough to make him uncomfortable but not destroy him. What do we actually have? I pull away, wiping my eyes, needing to focus on something other than grief. Fox has been going through files on his laptop. Enough to bring down Kane's entire operation. The Castellanos kept records of everything, trafficking routes, money laundering networks, political bribes going back 20 years. When Kane absorbed them, he inherited all their crimes. And all their evidence. Nico's smile is sharp. We give him the meat, but not the evidence. He'll kill Marco. Not if Marco isn't really there. He's already on his phone, texting rapidly. Bianca has FBI contacts, clean ones. We wire the meeting, get Kane to confess on tape, extract Marco before he realizes it's a trap. That's insane. That's Tuesday. He looks at me, gray eyes intense. And you're going. Absolutely not. He doesn't know what you look like. You're just a pizza girl who stumbled into this. You can get close in ways my people can't. Nico, the club needs waitresses. Bianca can get you hired. You wear a wire, plant a bug near Kane's table, get out. That's it. Every instinct screams no. This is too dangerous, too complicated, too likely to end with me dead. But Marco is suffering because of my father's choices. My father, who documented crimes for 15 years, hoping to make it right someday. Maybe this is how I finish what he started. If I do this, I do it my way. No earpiece making me obvious, no hovering. I get in, do the job, get out. Deal. But his jaw is tight, unhappy with the compromise. Bianca will prep you. You'll look nothing like yourself when she's done. He's not wrong. 6 hours later, I don't recognize my own reflection. Bianca Rossi, Nico's cousin, elegant and terrifying in equal measure, has transformed me from exhausted art student to something that belongs in an upscale nightclub. My hair is sleek and straight instead of wild curls. Makeup makes my eyes look enormous, my cheekbones sharp enough to cut. The black cocktail dress she produced from somewhere fits like it was made for me, all silk and dangerous confidence. "You're going to be fine," Bianca says, adjusting the nearly invisible wire taped between my breasts. "Just remember, you're Stella tonight. First night on the job. Nervous but trying to hide it. Don't try to be brave, be invisible." When I walk into Nico's study for final approval, he stops mid-sentence. Just stops, staring at me like I'm something that shouldn't exist in his world. Fox whistles low. Priest actually blinks. "No." Nico's voice is flat. "Absolutely not." "What?" Bianca said. "You look—" He struggles for words, jaw working. "Every man in that club is going to look at you, including Kane." That's kind of the point. I blend in by being exactly what I'm pretending to be. New waitress, trying too hard, a little scared. "You look like trouble wrapped in silk." But he's moving closer, his hand coming up to touch a strand of my hair. "Promise me you'll be careful. Promise me you won't do anything stupid if things go wrong." "I can't promise that." His thumb traces my jawline. "Not where you're concerned." Rosa appears in the doorway. "Let her do this, Niccolo. She's stronger than you think, and you can't protect her forever by keeping her in a cage." He doesn't like it. I can see the war in his expression, between keeping me safe and letting me fight my own battles. Finally, he nods. "Okay, but if anything goes wrong, anything, you get out. Promise me." I promise. It's a lie. We both know it's a lie. But sometimes lies are kinder than truth. Sapphire Lounge makes Marco's Pizza look like a cardboard box in comparison. All glass and chrome and beautiful people wearing clothes that cost more than my semester tuition. Music pulses through the space, not quite loud enough to prevent conversation, but present enough to give plausible deniability to anything you don't want recorded. The VIP section is elevated, separated from the general population by velvet ropes, and the kind of security that doesn't need to look intimidating to be terrifying. The manager, James, one of Bianca's contacts, shows me my section with bored efficiency. "VIP 3 is yours. Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't linger. Don't make eye contact with anyone who doesn't want it." "How do I know if they want eye contact?" "You'll know. If you're unsure, they don't." He adjusts my name tag, Stella, in silver letters. "First night jitters are normal. Use them. Makes you forgettable." I want to laugh. Nothing about tonight is going to be forgettable. VIP 3 is already occupied when I approach with the champagne bucket. Victor Kane is exactly what I expected from his voice on that video. Mid-40s, handsome in a brutal way, silver threading through dark hair, scar down his jaw that probably has a violent story attached. Power radiates from him like heat, the kind that comes from years of people doing exactly what he says or suffering consequences. But it's the woman on his arm that makes my blood run cold. She's stunning. Tall, blonde, wearing a dress that probably cost more than my car, with the kind of polished beauty that comes from personal trainers and expensive stylists and genetics that won the lottery. But it's her eyes that stop me. Sharp, calculating, missing nothing as they sweep over me in assessment and recognition. My heart stutters. She knows who I am. Somehow, impossibly, she knows. I set down the champagne, hands trembling just enough to sell the nervous new girl act. Don't run, don't react, be invisible. "You're new." Her voice is cultured, faintly amused, with an undertone that makes my skin prickle with warning. "First night." I keep my voice steady, neutral, everything Bianca coached me on. "You look familiar." She tilts her head, studying me like a cat studies a mouse. "Have we met?" I have one of those faces. The bug is in my pocket, waiting to be planted in the champagne bucket. So close. Just need her to look away. Kane interrupts, barely glancing at me. "She looks like every other desperate girl in this city, Isabel. Leave her alone." Isabel. The name pings something in my memory, but I can't place it. I adjust the champagne bucket, sliding the bug into the false bottom exactly like Fox showed me, then step back. "Enjoy your evening." I make it 3 steps before Isabel's voice stops me cold. "Actually, could you bring us another bottle? The crystal, not this cheap stuff." There's no cheap champagne on this table, but I nod and retreat. In my ear, not an earpiece, but a piece Bianca assured me looked like a hearing aid. Fox's voice crackles. Bug is live, signal clear, get out of there. But Marco isn't here yet. The whole point was to extract him during the meeting. If I leave now. 3 men join Kane's table. I recognize one from the storage unit photos, former Castellano lieutenant. They're discussing territory, moving product, and I know from my father's files that means women and drugs, and the FBI recorder is catching every word. Then Marco arrives. 2 guards half carry him in, and my heart breaks. He's bruised, limping, but alive. His eyes sweep the room and land on me. For one horrible second, I see recognition flash across his face. Then he schools his expression, gives the tiniest shake of his head. Don't react. Don't compromise yourself. Trust the plan. I turn away, heading back toward the bar for the champagne Isabel requested, and her phone rings. She answers, listens, and her eyes snap to me with laser focus. We have a problem. The hallway behind the VIP section is dimly lit, plush carpet swallowing sound. Isabel follows me here, her heels clicking a countdown I can't escape. 2 guards block my exit before I realize I'm trapped. Come with me, now. I'm working, now. Not a request. The private room she leads me to is small, intimate, probably used for VIP meetings that require discretion. She closes the door, and the temperature drops 10 degrees. Sienna Cole. She says my name like it's evidence. David Cole's daughter. Did you really think I wouldn't recognize you? I don't know what. The slap comes fast, hard, snapping my head to the side. My earpiece flies out, clatters to the floor, dies. Don't insult me with lies. She picks up the earpiece, crushes it under her heel. I've seen every file Nico Valentino has on you, every photograph, every detail of your pathetic little life. The world tilts. How would you? Because I gave them to him. Her smile is poison. Isabelle Laurent, I was Nico's fiancé before he chose his empire over me, before he threw me away like garbage. So I took everything he had on you and gave it to Kane. Every vulnerability, every weakness, everything he cares about. The pieces fall into terrible place. You've been working with Kane. I've been helping Kane take what should have been mine. She circles me like a predator. Your father didn't just work for the Castellanos. He was FBI, a rat, gathering evidence to bring down half the city's crime families, including Nico's. No, that can't be true. My father was many things, but federal informant? You're lying. Am I? She pulls out her phone, shows me a file. FBI badge, my father's face, Agent David Cole, undercover operations. He was going to testify, destroy everyone, including the man I loved. So I told the Castellanos where to find him. The room spins. You killed my father. I eliminated a threat. No remorse, no humanity. The fire was regrettable but necessary. Your mother was collateral damage. My mother, who watched our house burn with my father inside, who broke that night in ways dementia only finished. This woman standing in front of me, polished and beautiful and cold, took everything from me years before I ever delivered pizza to a wrong door. Why tell me this? My voice sounds distant, hollow. Because you get to watch. She checks her phone, types something. I told Kane about the wire, about the FBI, about all of it. Nico will come for you. He's predictable that way. And when he does, Kane will kill him. You'll watch the man you're falling for die, just like I watched mine choose honor over love. I'm not falling for... Please, she laughs, bitter and brittle. I see the way you look at him, the way he looks at you. It's the same way he used to look at me before he became what his father made him, before duty killed everything else. The ceiling explodes. Nico crashes through the skylight on a rappelling line, gun already firing, and the room becomes chaos and gunpowder and the particular violence of men who've made killing an art form. Glass rains down. Isabel screams. Guards pour in from both doors. Nico fights through them like they're nothing, like they're obstacles between him and something precious, and I realize with stunning clarity that I'm the precious thing. He reaches me, cuts the zip ties I didn't know Isabel had put on my wrists, his hands checking me for injuries with frantic efficiency. You okay? Isabel killed my father. The words explode out. She told the Castellanos where to find him. She murdered him and she's working with Cain. And I know. His expression is granite. Fox confirmed it 20 minutes ago. That's why I'm here. Fox appears with 4 more men, and suddenly we're moving, extracting through the kitchen while gunfire echoes behind us. I catch a glimpse of Marco being carried by Priest, unconscious but alive. And then we're in an alley, into SUVs, speeding away from Sapphire Lounge as police sirens wail in the distance. The wire, I gasp. Did it work? FBI has everything. Fox from the front seat typing furiously on his laptop. Cain's entire operation recorded. Confessions to trafficking, murder, racketeering. He's done. And Isabel? Nico's jaw clenches. Got away, but I'll find her. Back at the estate, Fox cracks the storage unit safe, while Bianca tends to my bleeding wrist. Isabel's zip ties cut deeper than I realized. Rosa force-feeds me soup. Marco's in the medical room with the house doctor. Everything is controlled chaos, people moving with purpose while I sit in Nico's study feeling like I've been turned inside out. The safe contains a USB drive and a letter. My name on the envelope in my father's handwriting. Nico sits beside me. Do you want privacy? Stay, please. I need him here, need his solidity. My hands shake as I open the letter. My darling Sienna, if you're reading this, I failed. I'm sorry. I thought I could change things from the inside. I was wrong. The USB contains 15 years of evidence. Every crime, every criminal, every corrupt official. Give it to Agent Sarah Chen at FBI. She's clean. She'll know what to do. I need you to know, I'm not the man you think I am. I've hurt people, destroyed families, all while telling myself it was for the greater good. For you. Your mother knew. Before the dementia took her, she begged me to stop. I didn't listen. Now I'm running out of time. They know I'm talking to the FBI. Be better than me, Sienna. Be the artist, the healer, the light I could never be. Don't let my darkness touch you. I love you more than my own life. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you in person. Dad. The sobs rack my entire body. Nico pulls me against his chest and I cry for my father who was both hero and villain, for my mother who knew his secrets and loved him anyway, for the girl I was who thought the world made sense. When I finally quiet, Nico's still holding me, one hand stroking my hair in a gesture so tender it breaks something else inside me. I'm tired, I whisper against his chest. I'm tired of being afraid, tired of surviving instead of living. I know. Make me forget, just for tonight, please. He pulls back, his eyes searching mine. Sienna. I need to feel something other than grief and anger and fear. My voice breaks. I need you. His thumb traces my lower lip. Are you sure? I answer by kissing him, pouring everything I can't say into it, desperation and need, and this terrifying want that's been building since he opened that door and called me doll. He responds with equal hunger, hands cradling my face like I'm something precious, kissing me until I can't think, can't breathe, can't be anything except this. Clothes fall away, whispered words in the darkness, his hands reverent on my skin, mine exploring scars that tell stories of violence survived. The world narrows to just this, his weight, his warmth, the way he says my name like a prayer. After, wrapped in his arms in his bed, I feel safe for the first time in years, his heartbeat steady under my ear, his breathing evening out toward sleep. His phone buzzes. He reaches for it, reads the message, and goes absolutely still. What's wrong? He shows me the screen. Photograph, Isabel holding Tommy, my 8-year-old neighbor from my apartment building, with a knife to his throat. Message, trade. The drive for the boy. Tomorrow noon. Pier 7. Come alone or I start mailing pieces. I can't breathe, can't think. Tommy with his gap-toothed smile and crayon drawings. Tommy who thinks I'm a superhero because I bring him pizza sometimes. No. The word comes out broken. Not Tommy. Please. Not Tommy. Nico's already moving, phone to his ear, issuing orders in rapid Italian, but his eyes when they meet mine are pure murder. This ends tomorrow, he says quietly. I'm going to kill her, and Cain, and anyone else who thought they could touch what's mine. I should be horrified, should beg him not to. Instead, I nod. Because some people deserve the monsters that come for them in the dark.